remember it well. That storybook place called Frankenmuth. I first came here as a child and I've been back many times. For me, visiting this little Bavaria is like celebrating the good times of my life. My father knew much about Frankenmuth history and would often tell us wonderful stories about this wonderful place.
The name Frankenmuth comes from two sources. Franken depicts the province from which the settlers came, and Muth means courage in German. The name Frankenmuth means courage of the Franconians. In the year 1845, 15 people came to settle on the banks of the Cass River and bring the Word of God to the native Indians. They also brought with them the rural work ethic. Over the course of time, the Indians migrated and Frankenmuth became a settlement attracting many German immigrants. Although the years brought great changes to this new community, the language and customs remained intact, providing a solid foundation of hard work and spiritual guidance that exists to this day. As travel became wider spread, more people discovered Gemütlichkeit, that distinctively warm German spirit of friendship and hospitality. Also, as a result of the nearby sawmills, Frankenmuth became increasingly populated with lumbermen and salesmen. This brought about the need for more hotel space. It was during this era that the all-you-can-eat Frankenmuth-style chicken dinner was born, perhaps the single biggest reason for Frankenmuth's early popularity. With the coming of modern transportation and better roads, fewer travelers had a need to spend the night, but they still loved to stop and eat. So, Frankenmuth obligingly transformed many of the hotel facilities into dining facilities. The architecture also started reflecting the old world heritage, always with an eye for authenticity, and visitors loved it. Frankenmuth's natural sense of hospitality, hard work, and picture book looks gradually turned a modest wilderness settlement into the state's most popular place to visit, a storybook town, as enchanting as a German fairy tale.
Today's Frankenmuth certainly has grown, and each time I return, I can't help feeling that the celebration of heritage is the one element that guides everything that happens here. And surely the famous Frankenmuth Bavarian Festival is a fabulous example of how much fun German heritage can be. Every year, hundreds of thousands of festival goers from far and wide come together for a week of high-spirited entertainment, generous selection of delicious eating, old-world-style beer and beverages, as well as a vast array of events and activities to delight all ages. But then, just about any time you visit Frankenmuth, you'll find something fun to fill the time. Perhaps nothing typifies the German hospitality like the world-famous all-you-can-eat Frankenmuth-style chicken dinners as served by Zenders and the Frankenmuth Bavarian Inn.
Okay, in about 1950, the Sender family, which was across the road, purchased the Fisher Hotel. We ran it for about 5 years, and then we kind of hit a recession. And then we hired an interior decorator. He was also an architect. He came from Milwaukee. And he toured the town, and he said, what you need here, you've got wonderful food, but what you need is the Bavarian atmosphere. And from that day on, we doubled our business. We opened up at the grand opening of the Bavarian dining room, and then later on we had it every year, and then that's where the Bavarian Festival started. We had it here, and the Senders had it, and then the whole community. And we found out that the people here, they like this Bavarian atmosphere, Besides, they like our food. We're still famous for chicken dinners, which is about 75% of our business. And then we, of course, have the German entrees, Sauerbraten, Wiener Schnitzel, Knockwurst, Bratwurst, and many of the other recipes that we use have more of a German flavor to it. We can serve here in one day 5,000 people. That's a lot of dishes.
Zender's is aside from, of course, our very famous family-style chicken dinner, many of the famous or traditional American-type entrees, the steaks, the chops, and the fish that you'd see in a traditional American restaurant. We serve about 1 million people a year, and we're the 7th largest independent restaurant in the United States. We don't set those rules for ourselves. We just believe in catering to the public. The Zender philosophy of doing business is pretty simple, and that is customer satisfaction. It was a philosophy that my grandfather brought into the business, that my father told us very early on, and that is, if your customers don't leave satisfied, they're not going to come back. And it's something we like to think we do a pretty good job with.
Frankenmuth also boasts another world-famous attraction, Bronner's Christmas Wonderland.
The people in this country come from nations around the world, and at Christmas time, they like to decorate in their ethnic background. And so that's why we make it our business to search out the various decorations that are available from the various nations. We have 5 acres of buildings, which is the equivalent of about 4 football fields. Our motto is enjoy Christmas, it's his birthday. Enjoy life, it's his way.
And to help celebrate his day even more, the Bronner family received permission to replicate the original Silent Night Memorial Chapel in Oberndorf near Salzburg, Austria, as a tribute to the world's favorite Christmas carol.
For all of this, we're just real thankful, and we invite anyone to come here again and again and again.
What sets Frankenmuth apart isn't just the special events, but the uniquely special everyday places to go and things to see. Hop aboard a tour vehicle and get a first-hand introduction to the many shops and points of interest. You'll also get a glimpse of Frankenmuth history. Explore the beauty of the Cass River on an authentic paddle-wheel driven boat, complete with commentary, cocktails, and lively music. Enjoy the rustic charm of Frankenmuth's covered bridge. Leisure lovers will find the horse and carriage tour an ideal way to see more of the Frankenmuth delights. For true enchantment, bring the family to Ziesnagel's Italian Alpine Village, a dazzling display of handmade miniatures in a 200-year-old setting. Take a tasty look at the working cheese plant and get a sampling of fresh batted cheese. Maybe you've always wanted to learn how to make pretzels. Enroll in a pretzel twisting class, complete with a diploma. Michigan's only year-round brewery provides an inviting tour to see the making and have a taste of the traditional German beverage. If you have a yen to relive history or reach for the stars, Frankenmuth's 3 museums offer you ample opportunity, including a look at Michigan's own Military and Space Museum. And indeed, Few landmarks are more significant to the history of Frankenmuth than St. Laurent's Church. Originally constructed as a log cabin in 1845, St. Laurent's now provides an excellent example of Gothic architecture, with stained glass windows that tell the story of the history of Frankenmuth. The best way to experience Frankenmuth is to stay a while. And here are 4 great ways to stay. The sumptuous Bavarian Inn Lodge, spacious Sender's Bavarian House, cozy Frankenmuth Motel, and Frankenmuth RV Park and Campground. The very essence of hospitality, where the accent is on accommodation. Wherever you look, whenever you stop, Frankenmuth is ready to treat you as a special guest.
You really have to look at the heritage to see how this community has grown to mean so much to so many.
Since my first childhood experience, I've experienced Frankenmuth many times. And as always, I come away feeling better. For me, Frankenmuth really is as enchanting as a German fairy tale. A storybook place that belongs to all of us.